Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our last live broadcast for today. And we just finished up our July boot camp. And so now you all have 10 days until the end of the month. 10 days, which frankly is plenty of time to bring a few people into the business when you are talking to the right people. So first and foremost, you should have a pretty good idea of who are the right people. If you only talk to qualified prospects about your business, you'll close more sales. The secret to connecting with the right people comes from the contents of their profile, their visible activity, and their answers to your questions. Gina, thanks for asking. My wife is a little better. Now, over the last couple of days, I've heard from a number of my coaching students. Everybody keeps coming back. And next month is going to be my 27-year anniversary in the business. So on Wednesday, I heard from Joanne Gallant, who, when we started working together, she'd been in Maluka for 8 years as a customer, never really built the business. And working with me one-on-one, her first month, she doubled her business. The second month, she tripled her business. And then she started to use it and apply what she learned to selling insurance. She did so well that the company actually paid her $5,000 to train everybody else in her company how to do it. In fact, they paid her 4 times to do it. And she switched hats and started to recruit people for the insurance company. She recruited 44 agents in 1 month. All of you, every one of you that's listening to me, if you're trying to build a business, you're all recruiters. You're looking for business builders, but you are recruiters. So listen to what she had to say.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. We know that. It's a fact. You've done it with me, you've done it with so many others. But, one of the things I always say was, what you teach us, we can apply to any job. And it's the same technique, it's the same dance. And I've used it in the insurance world where I was recruiting for multiple agencies and using your technique. I remember 1 month I recruited 40 insurance agents in 1 month. That's huge. And I know that you've worked with others that have built huge insurance agencies as well. Currently, I'm doing outside sales. I'm working for Republic Services, as you can see in my banner there. I have been with the company 2.5 months. I started in the beginning of May. And I told my manager when I was in the interview process how I thought that, I can apply LinkedIn and explode, this type of position. And it didn't register with him. And I waited and I said the first couple of weeks, I got to learn what I'm doing. I got that down. And then I said, I'm posting my first customer. So if you look back about a month, you'll see, Go Auto was my first post, nothing fancy. And then about a week ago, I think I did 5 posts in a row. And one of my posts for Red Arrow Diner has gotten over 6,000 views between two, it said, oh, do you want to post in the, restaurant group or whatever? So this one here is a nonprofit, the one that you have right there. So they do mental health. And, I got 23 likes on that and a good number of views. This one was a little restaurant in Nashua, and I think it was over 1,100 views when I saw it last. So what I'm doing is I've got a little twist, a little auto dealership. I think that one had about 1,200 views when I first looked at it last time. I'm not even really, the diner one's my favorite, the next one right there. So this diner, Red Arrow Diner, been around for 100 years. And I just posted me with some of the guys outside and one of the owners, 67 people liked it. So using your technique, I do a little post, and the only thing I'm saying about Republic Services is welcome to the Republic Services family. So just doing that, is getting more engagement, more people within the company. But just in the last week or so, I've been asked, I trained my group of, my office, and now I've got my division manager sending out messages talking about how because of these couple of posts that I've done, I had someone on LinkedIn that I connected with on the 25th of June with my message one that you taught, copy paste, and I got a sale from that. And he's got 10 gas stations. So I'm getting the first one in August. And, as long as we deliver, which we will, I'll end up getting 10 locations from him seeing my posts that you taught us how to do. You know what I mean? So I have a little bit of a twist, but my manager sent out a message talking about how he sees the value of what I'm doing, talking about me being 310% of budget. Then it's gone out to the region, and now one of the division managers are reaching out. They're shocked at what I'm doing. They're talking about me training their leaders and their sales force. They have 40,000 people that work for Republic Services. And this is like, breaking news, using LinkedIn to do what we're doing here. I just think super cool. It's like throwing that pebble in the water. And I just want to let you know, it's still having the ripple effect from what you and I have done.
So I have, I think 3 people on here that are, everybody that's on here, I think is a student. But I have 3 people here that are contemplating one-on-one coaching.
Why are they doing that, Matt? There's no question. The one-on-one coaching is where this all clicks for me. You know what I mean? And after like my second session with you, we fixed the profile, you showed me the basics, I started running with it. I couldn't sleep at night. Once we started having our one-on-one sessions. I was getting up at 3, 4 in the morning, and I would start doing my connections, doing what you taught me. And as you know, if you go back through our, trail there, I enrolled 3 people in one day when I was doing the network marketing. I got paid $5,000 to do 3 LinkedIn trainings for one of the insurance groups. Your training, your one-on-one coaching has opened up so many doors for me. So as time goes by, I always like to give you an update to let you know how I'm doing, but it all stems back to that one-on-one training that we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, were you surprised at how fast everything started to happen?
Initially, yeah. I mean, like Matt, I knew about you. I've heard about you from years before you and I had gotten together. I've watched some of the webinars that you had, but I mean, like immediately when we first started working together, it just was like a snowball effect. But when I take that into other areas and see how it explodes, like I can't tell you how excited I am about what I'm doing now. Seeing it with my upper management, how they're all like super excited. Many of those people that like this post are at Republic Services, the 67, and many of them I weren't connected to. So it was a layup in growing my connections. So every time you look at my connections, it grows. It doesn't take a ton of time. You put in 20, 30 minutes a day, but it's really hard to not want to keep going because it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about the ripple effect. Coming to this company, you're introducing them to something new. How big is the company?
We service about 14 million customers across the country, but there are about 40,000 people that work at Republic Services. And I'm just one of them. And literally I'm getting attention from across the country with what I'm doing. I'm even getting competitors sending me messages that are like, I wish I did that when I was with the company, or, you know what I mean? Like, people are like, how brilliant, and it's such a simple concept. It's like giving a thank you to the customers, but it's promoting me, it's promoting the business, it's promoting, the company I work for. And it's just so simple. It's a post, you know what I mean? Takes 10 minutes to put it together.
And that's, my friend, one of the things that I emphasize in our current boot camp, because it's not just about the conversation you have. It's about your activity. It's about putting things out there that people can see, that people can react to, that people can respond to, that the ripple effect of that is indescribable. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised in 6 months if you got, I don't know if you're looking for it, a major promotion, maybe VP of training.
And I can totally see something like that, coming down the pike if that's the path that I choose. But right now, I think that I'm just having so much fun doing this. You know what I mean? Like when you get so excited to do a job that, is fun and you enjoy it, I can see that happening down the road, or them coming up with some sort of initiative. But for now, I just want to focus on this because this is just, it's totally fun. Just like when building network marketing business this way, it's far more fun than asking friends to come over and, would you please come over and do it in all, what I mean? Way more fun.
Well, Joanne, it was wonderful to hear from you. Again, congratulations are once again in order. For me, it's going to be enjoyable to watch your career blossom, as a result of, what I taught you. But, you've added your own little spin to it. I mean, I love that line. That's so trash.
Thank you.
It's terrific. Thanks again for sharing
Thank you.
your story, and congratulations.
Thank you. And anyone, on the fence, don't hesitate. Max's time is limited, and, if you get the opportunity to work with him, he is truly a guest. So thank you again, Max.
Thank you.
I
Now,
mean,
it doesn't matter what you're selling. Everybody's got a story, and I'm going to share 3 of them with you this afternoon. Dan Ladd was initially building a Melaleuca business, and then his upline sponsor died. He had just purchased a franchise cleaning service that used drones, paid $150,000 for it. And so we changed direction. He identified who he wanted to target and sell. Initially, it was homeowners. And then as I started to show him how to take advantage of LinkedIn, it opened up the doors: hotels, office buildings, cell phone towers. He signed a $20 million contract with Verizon to clean their cell phone towers. He did so well that the guys that sold him the franchise wanted to know, how are you doing this? And they made him a partner. Listen to what he has to say.
And I have to tell you, I love when former students come back. So we're broadcasting it right here. So I want to open this up, and I'm going to bring up Dan. And everybody's got a story. Dan has an amazing one. I just want to.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Dan, it's nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing is the question.
Living the dream life. That's all I can say. It's amazing. It's amazing. Beyond amazing. My business has exploded, and we're just growing in leaps and bounds. We've got our biggest problem is getting enough people and equipment. And as you know, I use your principles outside of network marketing, but they're awesome in any walk of life.
I remember last year, you made the comment that you were struggling financially to where you couldn't even put tires on your car.
That's true. That's true. And now we have 5 work vehicles, 5 drones. We, in the process of buying another one, and we buy everything with cash.
What advice would you give anybody that was listening to you? And
I would say, it's all a numbers game, but at the same time, the numbers can be slanted in your favor. And that's what I think your process did for me, was slanted the numbers in my favor. I learned who to contact and how to contact the right people. And so and I was building a network marketing company, and I stopped just because I got kind of sideswiped when my sponsor died. And Jason was, I mean, just a great guy, and he just kind of really set me back. But I was also using these in my personal business, and it just started taking off because of the contacts I was making. I was making local contacts and just started, I mean, it's taken off. And we just signed on to clean over 1,000 Pizza Huts. We are cleaning water towers and just things that I never would have imagined. And just the way it's all happened was really just because of making contacts, just expanding my network, contacting people in my area and contacting people outside of my area with the companies and the people I wanted to work with, and learning who those people were and how to message them. That was the thing that, knowing who to talk to is 1/4 of the bat. I mean, I think it's about 1/4 of it. It's knowing how to talk to people. That's the hardest part. Knowing what to say and knowing how to get that conversation going and keeping it going, and to the point where, to be able to say, okay, not right now for this person, that, they're focused on other things, but just knowing, I've had people that I talked to, and I realized that, the conversation wasn't going where I wanted it to, and it was a not right now. But you know what? We've come back and talked to those people again, and just in keeping up with little messages like, how's, happy birthday. And I've had people just say, oh, hey, yeah, thank you. And you know what? I want to talk to you. By keeping up. And those little things matter, and building that relationship. Relationships have meant everything.
It's all about relationships. Let me ask you, what was the biggest thing that you got from me when we were working in my coaching program?
How to talk to people.
That's right.
To talk to people. Being able to and respond, and responding in a timely manner, but not being like a vulture and not being on top of people. I still get messages every day from vultures, people that make me feel like they're vultures. And I know they're just trying to build their business, but they shoot me messages, blind messages, about telling me all about their business and how great it is and how much I could earn and all that stuff. And they don't even, and that's the very first message they send me. And you know what? I usually block them, because, to me, they're just they're not out there talking to people to work with people. For them, it's just, they just want the money. And I've learned, help enough other people get what they want, and you get everything you could ever want.
Yeah.
And it's so true. It is the most truest thing I've ever heard. And I didn't know it at the time, because it was all about me. Because I need was my issue. I need. I was in a need, and not in a helping other people. It was all about me and what I need.
Well, that's understandable when, you need tires on your car and you can't afford it. But again, just making that little shift in your mindset, knowing that you're going to feel the need. It's coming.
Exactly.
It's coming.
I was just going to say that last time I talked to you, I figured we'd do $250,000. We're going to surpass $2 million this year. That's a humongous jump. And we can't keep up.
Well, I'm glad I played a small part in it.
And one more.
And let me open Joel up. I love it when former students come back. How are you? Good, doing great. I love it. I constantly refer to you as, one of my favorite success stories, because Joel here is probably one of the most experienced, talented salespeople I've ever met. I mean, this man could sell you anything.
Sweet. See, I like him already.
It's true. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about you. When I was working with you back in 2018, you picked it up right away. You were doing great. And then in 2009, you decided to do this insurance thing. And I never thought that, you had pretty high goals, 100 agents in 2 months. You guys did it. Well, that you're here. Now, one thing I want to point out to you, in looking at your profile, I can see your followers. And this was a sly little thing that LinkedIn did, where they told you, if you want to make your posts visible for all the things that you do, then what you do is you become a content creator.
Gotcha.
Okay, and we thought when we did that, that was a wonderful thing, and it really was. But then it's kind of like in the middle of the night, on a Friday night, they went in and they changed the deal. And what they did was they replaced your connect button with a follow button. So we're gonna explain why. And so we need to go back in there and turn that off so that people can connect with you, because they can still see what you're doing.
Yeah, I would like that. But you can also, if you click on more, I think there's a connect button in more.
Well, no, there wouldn't be one for us because we're already connected.
Right. But I meant if it was a new person.
Right, well, right, but see, the average person doesn't know about that.
That's true. Where do you go in? I don't even know where to go in and turn it off anymore.
If we have time, I'll show you.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, Max, I want to say thanks so much. And this is going to be our first $1 million year on that. We're well on our way. And I just wanted to, I mean, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. I just can't. I really appreciate everything you've done. Just wanted to say it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I appreciate that. I mean, I love it when people hit that first $1 million year, but not the last.
And we're on our way.
No, congratulations. It's funny because I help so many people, but it's nice to hear it. There's a lot of people, I don't hear they hit $1 million until 10 years after they did it. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, bro. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And by the way, what he did, okay, all of you can do, all right?
Yeah,
What he did,
absolutely.
all of you can do, because number one, it's not hard, and it's just a matter of following some simple steps. And the one thing that impressed me about Joel right from the beginning, because he's a great salesman, great salespeople know you want to listen more than you talk. And working with him was an absolute pleasure. Joe, why don't you tell everybody what coaching did for you? If you would.
Well, it did so much, I don't know if I can put it into just a few words, but it actually propelled me into the next level. And I think that's what everybody's looking for, being able to come to you and talk to you about what I was doing and just doing the tweaks, just the little things that we miss that the coaching really helped with. I don't know how to even express it. I mean, because even like coming into these things, you do a great job with these, but it's not like the individual coaching where I can ask a personal question on how I actually can make this happen. So it's like you said, we did over 100 agents in 2 months, less than 2 months on that, with your coaching and our work. So it was great.
All right, now, you're all heading down the same road. You all have equal access to 960 million people on LinkedIn. Your profile sets the stage for you to talk to people that based on the content of their profile and their daily activity, you know in advance that they would be good prospects for your business. They need what you have to offer. The key to your success is to connect with people that clearly would fit into your business. Just because someone's looking for a job, just because someone left Beach, Bed Bath and Beyond, doesn't mean they have the skills, the aptitude, the training to be successful in your business. The more selective you are about who you talk to, no matter what you're selling, the more successful you're going to be. Joel figured it out. Dan figured it out. Joanne figured it out. And once you figure it out, you're all going to be unstoppable. Okay, so Robin wants, how do I attract more doctors who are entrepreneurial? Well, first and foremost, Robin, you can reach out and connect with doctors who are entrepreneurial. The more information they put out there on their profile about themselves would be your first goal. How you attract them? You attract them with your posts. Now, I have a group coaching session in an hour. And we just finished up boot camp tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We'll have an Ask Max session. We'll kind of round out the month. We're going to be talking about what strategies and scripts you all can be using to close people. You got 10 days. 10 days. So for those of you that just finished up with boot camp, we've set up another 90-day challenge. Register for the August boot camp, September and October boot camps, all for less than the price of attending one. Additionally, we have our Top Runner Retreat. Attend our September boot camp, August boot camp, and get a seat in our Top Runner Retreat. So we will catch up to all of you tomorrow.